Good Saturday morning, everyone. It's 21 News Chief Meteorologist Eric Wilhelm here. We are at the weekend, and it's time to talk about some snow across the valley. Not much has changed since I worked last evening, but I did want to bring you up to date on the latest information, the latest forecasts, and the latest thinking for today and into tonight. If you have travel plans across the region, especially later today, towards evening, after dark especially, and into the overnight, certainly your travels can be impacted, even though this is just kind of a glancing blow from this system. This isn't going to be a huge crippling snowstorm or anything, but it will be enough to impact roads. Overnight, the National Weather Service did include Columbiana County in a winter weather advisory that extends from roughly Route 30 on south. It becomes a winter storm warning out towards the Cincinnati area, where amounts will be quite a bit higher. Certainly going to be cold enough for the snow to stick later on today and into tonight. Temperatures are quite cold this morning, upper teens, lower 20s. We'll only make it to the upper 20s to around 30 later on today. Here's a look at where the snow is now, and I'll put a loop on this. We'll wait a second for the data to load. It began to snow in Columbus just before daybreak this morning, and even though this is running into some drier air, eventually the snow will win out. Now, it's only going to get so far to the north. Eventually, the drier air is going to completely shut this down, but it's probably up towards Interstate 90 in far northern Ohio, northwest PA. Anywhere south of there, I think it is going to snow at least a little bit later on today. This is a crippling storm for the St. Louis area. Springfield, Illinois, Champaign, and Indianapolis is going to get a pretty good dose of snow as well. Columbus will probably see at least a few inches, if not 4 or 5 or so. But again, for us, it's a little bit more of, we're just on the northern fringes, and we're going to be seeing some snow, but this is, we're in northeast Ohio and western PA. We can handle this. We just have to be cautious on the roads late today into tonight. Not only, be aware of what you're doing in your car, but keep a close eye on the other drivers as well, because it can be a little bit slick. Here's the timing on our high-res futurecast showing the leading edge of the snow trying to sneak into Salineville, Hanoverton, Lisbon, down towards Calcutta, East Liverpool by 1 to 2. And then by mid-afternoon, it's trying to get up to the 224 corridor. From Berlin Center through Ellsworth and Canfield, and then heading down towards Columbiana and Salem, Beloit, Sebring by about 3, 4 o'clock. And then by sunset this evening, it should be snowing up to about the I-80 corridor from roughly Newton Falls over towards Warren and Cortland, and over towards Sharon and Mercer as well by about dinner time, sunset, or shortly thereafter. And again, this gets up to maybe about I-90 and then comes to a stop. And so this evening, it's going to be snowing everywhere. This is the simulated radar at about 11 o'clock this evening, and throughout our television viewing area, it should be snowing. So here's another look at the timing. I'll get my head out of the way here for a second. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. So again, 1 to 3 p.m. in our southwestern viewing area, more like 3 to 5 across the central parts of our television viewing area. And then again, especially if you're north of I-80, it may wait until dark or shortly after dark to begin snowing. So you can run your errands, no problems this morning and through the first part of this afternoon. Again, the farther south you are, the sooner the snow is likely to arrive. Our ideas for accumulations have not changed much since I put out this map initially Thursday evening. We think north of Interstate 80, and especially once you're up towards 87 in Trumbull and Mercer counties, this is more like a coating to a half an inch. I think there's going to be some 1-inch amounts as you get closer to Mosquito Lake and down towards Warren and Cortland and Sharon. I think a lot of places are going to check in pretty close to an inch. I think it's generally kind of 1 to 2, kind of in this zone from Salem and Columbiana through Newcastle, Youngstown, Boardman, Canfield, Austintown, etc. And then once you're down in to Columbiana County, and especially closer to Route 30 and southward, I think 1's in the bag down here. I think 2 to 3 is pretty likely down here. I wouldn't even be surprised if some bonus accumulations of 3.5 to 4 occurred, maybe, Salineville, Hanoverton, etc., New Franklin. So, if someone's going to see the top end of the range and perhaps even overachieve a little bit, I would put the contenders down in this area down through here. So again, it's not all the snow in the world, but the ground is cold. A lot of this will be falling after sunset, which helps it stick. So untreated surfaces are going to get slick, and be cautious on the roads. Primarily very late this afternoon and heading into this evening, the snow will taper off and end overnight. By Sunday morning at daybreak, the snow will stop flying. Maybe there's a stray flurry somewhere, but no impactful snow by daybreak on Sunday. In fact, it'll taper off and end probably a few hours before daybreak on your Sunday. In fact, Sunday will turn into a pretty nice day. We'll get into some sunshine and highs getting close to the freezing mark. So I'll keep an eye on the models rolling in this morning. Chris Serenelli is in the Weather Center this morning on WFMJ Weekend Today, and be sure to check out Andrew DiPaolo's updates later on today, both on air and online. You'll see him tonight on 21 News at 6 and 11. All right, have a great Saturday, everyone.